Okay, there again. All right, we're gonna do our standing work though also using the foam roller. Just making sure I'm all in here. Okie dokie. Good, good, good. So we're going to use the roller like we've been doing as a bit of a support for our leg work and posture while we're working and strengthening those legs. So let's start right away. Toes on a diagonal, and we're just, when you are using the roller like a ballet bar, just make sure your shoulders are chill, your elbows are chill. You're just placing your hands on there for a little extra support. All right, down we go. Nice outward rotated squat. And we're going to start breathing and letting go. So we got knees over toes. We're moving some breath, sending some energy down the legs to the feet, to the earth. Good vibes. Good. Now, I'm going to pause for a moment, and just have you lift the toes. We've done this before, but leave the ball of the foot connected. That's going to lift your arches, and try a few more, keeping the toes lifted. Excellent. All right, lower the toes, come to half, and we're going to take our little baby lunges, and we're just going to tilt that roller with us. You can just keep, letting it keep you upright. Good. Now we're going to pause to one side, and we're going to flex up the other heel, and then go right through the middle and the other side. So just a nice smooth movement, and the roller's there to help you. Stay a little upright here while we challenge some more leg muscles and balance. Lots of inner thigh all of a sudden. Yep. Yep. And one more. Woohoo! Oh yeah, feel that one. All right, check that out. And let's come to our wide parallel. Toes now straight ahead. Same idea. We're just going to bend and straighten for a moment. And keep relaxing. The neck. If you need the bobblehead, bobblehead. Whatever you need to do. Relax the jaw. Shoulders are dropped. You're just a little guiding on your hands here. All right, then we're going to come to half bend again, do our baby lunge. This time we get to stay a little bit more upright. Just rock your roller, toes and knees straight ahead. Excellent, and up. All right, shake that out. Now we're going to come back to our little V position, Pilates V position. I'm just going to show you with it. We're going to put this back in front, but I'm going to show you this first. We're just going to bend, straighten, and you're going to push down on the roller to help you lift those heels as high as you can, and then lower. All right, so back in front, bend, straighten. You can cheat, push down a little bit, get those heels up there as high as they've ever been. And lower and bend. And rise them up. Get them up there, stretch those feet. Lower and bend. Straighten, rise, lower. And remember, you want to stay, as you go up, you want to stay toward that first, second metatarsal or first, second toes. Try not to roll towards your pinky toe there. Lower and a few more. really stretch it. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. And lower down. All right, now I'm going to show you again from the side. We're going to go back up and we're just going to drop one heel up, drop the other heel, or roll through. Not drop, but roll through. Just like we do in parallel, but we're in this outward rotated position. Here we go. So we're going up. Stay as high as you can as you roll through. Touch one heel. All the way up. Roll through. Up. So we're alternating. Really working these feet more than we normally do. We let the roller help us and the chair when we work with the chair to really push this releve. It's really going to strengthen the calves, stretching the toes more, the works. Back up and roll it through. Okay, while we're here, now we're going to take bend. I'm going to push this back, but you're going to stay in the bend, add a little core here as you roll both heels up with bent knees, then all the way up and down. So it's a bend, a roll to the balls of the feet, a push all the way up and down. So we'll go that direction first. Bend, let the roller help you roll through all the way up, 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 and down. Bend, roll, push, down. Bend, roll through, push. Two more. Push. Oh, I can snap, crackle, pop. Oh, yeah. And push. I'm glad you can't hear my ankles. Okay, now we're going the other way. We're going to go all the way up. We're going to bend with our heels high and then roll through with bent knee. So you'll go all the way up, you'll bend, and roll through. A little slower than that, but with the help. Here we go. All the way up, bend, roll it through. All the way up. Knees, control that roll through the feet best you can. Bend, roll it up, bend, roll through, up, bend, roll through. One more. Woo-hoo! Okie doke. Give that a shaky shake. Yay. Gotta take care of these feet. Gotta keep them strong. They're carrying our strong core and soul around, so we gotta keep them going. All right, so now let me do, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna use now, wherever, we're gonna use one foot, and you're just gonna allow the hand to balance on the other one, just slightly in front of your shoulder. We're gonna just take you to, you're gonna touch the toes with a straight knee to the front, to the side, to the back. Back to the side, front. Just keep going over here. Side, back, side, front, side, back, side, front, touch, touch. Keep the knee really straight. Boom. One more round. Boom. Da-da, da-da, and in. Other side. So you want to stack tall. And straight knee, touch, touch, back and side, front, side, back and side, touch, touch, bum, 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 touch, touch, bum, another round, bum, bum. And I think one more round over here, da-da, dee-da, da-da, and boom. Yay! All right. Excellent. So, want to do now a standing. Yeah. Let's just do this for right now. Let's just do a standing lunge. We're going to come back to this at the end. But here's another way you can use the roller, just like we do the chair or a wall. Standing lunge for those hip flexors. And you can just turn it right around to the other side or switch. So you can just place it next to your front foot. Keep your weight in between the legs so that as you go forward, you're in good form to feel that stretch. Good, good. All right, let's just set that aside for a moment. Come back to the shoulders, shoulder rolls, and also our palm swing, palm up swing. Good. Leave them back there for a moment and just lift that sternum just slightly, just a little bit. It's going to go into extension of your mid-spine. And then back to center. Let's do that again. Just keep breathing. Keep letting go of the neck, jaw. Leave them back there. Little sternum lift. Take another breath. Good. Open out the feet. Let's take a roll through. So chin to chest, sequentially rolling down through the spine. Hang at the hips for a moment. Big sigh. Over to one leg. Other leg. Back to center. Soften the knees and peel it up. Very good. All right. And then let's take our rotation plot. Excellent. Back to pelvic figure 8. And let that move up the spine, neck, shoulders. Good. And back. All right. Let me get in position here. Getting ready for the mat. We are going to, let me get this moved out a little bit more. All right, we are going to go ahead and place the roller down the middle of the mat. Might want to, leave some foot room there. And I'm just going to turn this down a little bit, and then we will have a seat. Yep, our special spot. Starting at the end. Yep, you know it. And then gently walking it back until your spine. Just make sure your head is on it. Find center. And just make sure you're down the middle of your sacrum, in between the blades, and center of your skull. Then just take a moment and take a little rock, baby rock, side to side. So the roller is going to go from your spine to the right and from your spine to the left. Good. Back to center. Let's bring up the arms and drop those blades around the roller and just take some shoulder rolls again. And you're going to feel a little massage on the inside of those blades, your scapula. Now the reason why I was kind of asking, you might have an idea where the tightness is coming from around the shoulder. Remember, you've got things like this that could really get in there muscularly, possibly. And then just take a little up and down, like a shoulder lift, and then depress. Shoulder up and down, up and down. Again, you can just feel that massaging the inside of the blades. Good. Then take the arms a little higher diagonal up near, closer to the ears. Go back to the full shoulder rolls. Up and around. Up and around. Now you're going to, by tilting the arms back, you're going to get into your trapezius a little more. Good, and then just keep going with the arms overhead for a moment and just let them relax back there. And just allow this to stretch. You can soften the elbows, lower the chin. Keep deep exhales. See if you can just relax as much as you can in the chest, shoulder area. Good, then bring the elbows down just a little bit more. They're still going to be on a high diagonal from the shoulder, but just down a little bit. Keep that there as best you can and take a slow roll of the neck to one side, staying connected to the roller. Go slow. Slowly back to center. Take a breath. Exhale. Try the other side. Nice and easy. And back to center. Now that you know what's going on, sometimes the neck will guard and protect. So now just ease it over again, first side. And breathe. So what's nice is that your shoulder is back. And a nice open stretch. The blades are down while you take your neck in a nice full range here. Other side of rotation. And back to center. All right, ease those arms back to a comfortable place. Okay, we'll revisit that. Back to the pelvis. Let's come back to 6 and 12. 6 and 12. Now here's where you get the foam roller feedback. Can you tuck so much into your 6 that you can feel the lumbar make contact with the roller? And that's going to help scoop in even more abdominal. Good. So remember what that feels like. We're going to go into that 6 o'clock now with nice connection to the lumbar. And then just press down so you can get a little lift of the pelvis and then touch down again in the lumbar and release it out. It might not be a big movement because we're already up 6 inches. So 6, a little lift, a little touch, and a little relax. Again, 6, a little lift, a little baby roll through and release. Exhale. 6 and up. 6 and let go. 6 and up, 6 and release. One more. Good, good, good. Okay, we are going on to that pelvic floor. So, as if, okay, many images. Pretend to hold your P, and boom, there's your transversus. As if your pelvic bones, sits bones can move toward each other and up through the crown of your head. Boom, there is your pelvic floor to your transversus. Or just belly button in or cinch the waist, whatever works. Just keep your pelvis on neutral as we slowly lift one foot, followed by the second foot, only one at a time. Take a moment, let the wiggle wobble calm down. Let your shoulders relax again and your neck. And glue the legs together. We're just going to go straight knee and bent knees, straight knees and bent knees, pointing and flexing. coming back down, point the toes, point the feet again, and we're going to go straight down underneath us for a toe bounce, and straight down for a toe bounce. Keep the other knee towards your chest. Might have to go slower than we would on the mat, that's just fine. While the legs are moving, you're going to keep pulling in through the deep core. You're going to relax the shoulders as much as you can, even though they're helping with the balance, just your forearm though. Check in with your jaw and your neck. What just happened there? Let it hang. Move that jaw around. Let go, let go. Good. Pause, flex the heel, recension, and a slow heel touch, and in, heel touch, and in. Straight down underneath you. Notice all the muscles that just wanted to freak out because it's going down another 6 inches. Just come back to your core and your breath. And let the shoulders and the neck and the jaw go again. Nice. Let's place one foot at a time back to the mat. Woohoo! We're doing it. All right, arms overhead, half upper body curl. Now your feet stay planted as we come into just a little half curl. Reach past the shins, and then as you go back, you're going to notice those blades again. Just do a nice little drop right around the roller. Exhale to curl, inhale back. And bring those arms back. Okay, back to the legs. We're going to pick up each foot again. Reignite that core before you lift them. Then we're going to lift the lower leg to half. We're going to go simultaneously opening both thighs side and center, both legs side and center. So we did this last week without the roller. Now we get some feedback from the roller. The simultaneous part is pretty immediate. Good. Then legs all the way up. Flex the heels. Same movement, simultaneously out, simultaneously in. Staying as steady as you can on the roller. Breathing, lots of core here. I mean, you couldn't be up here without your core being fired, but a little extra challenge here. Stay steady. And equal. One more. Good. All right. Each foot back down to the mat. Woohoo! All right. Come back and just do a little 6 and 12 again, just to release that slightly. Okay. So we're going to come back to that half upper body curl, but we're going to make it a little harder, and that is when we take our, arms back overhead. We're going to do that imaginary connection between the ear and the arm version. So you're going to start your curl, let your ears and arms travel together, then they're going to separate. hold the curl, wait for the arms, and then come down. Inhale, exhale, arms and ears, separate them, hold the curl, wait, and then down. Exhale. Just a little extra challenge to stay there. Couple more. And down. Good. All right, leave the arms there again and take that. Just relax the elbows on a high diagonal. Let's take that. Slow neck roll again, side to side, gently. One. All right, good. So now from this position, we'll do what we have been working on. So wherever your arms are, if they can touch the floor, great. You're just going to slide them overhead until the first two fingers touch, and then glide them along the floor and the mat until the elbows come down towards your ribs. And then just glide them back up. Okay, a little diamond touch, and then a glide down. Right, so you're breathing, you're going full range here in a very open front of the shoulder, very open, strengthening your upper back, lengthening the neck. A couple more. Good. All right, now bring the elbows straight out from your shoulders, and we're going to do our inward rotation gently, palms down, and then slowly into outward rotation, palms up. And just go slow and notice. Remember, if anything doesn't feel right, just allow something else for a moment, and we'll be right with you. Good. And now just reach on a high diagonal. One more time. Just reach up there. Kind of a wide V. And then let the elbows soften toward the floor and just hold right there in a nice stretch. So here's your pecs and your pec minor. They run on this diagonal, so that's why, think V and then soften the elbows, and you're there. You're in the stretch. That way you can also start to pinpoint, if is it the front of the shoulder, is it the top of the shoulder, is it back, is it the arm, A lot going on in the ball and socket of the shoulder, just like the hip. A lot connected to the area. And then just if this feels okay, it might not. If it feels okay, just take a little baby, just like a gentle rock side to side. Nothing extreme. Just kind of a way to talk to the nervous system and just ease the neck again, keep the shoulders open. Because the neck is so obviously, is responding constantly to issues in the shoulder and upper back. So it's also good to just talk to that neck and let it release as much as possible. Excellent. Ease very slowly out of that. That's a very intense stretch. But we're doing it. Okay. One more legs and we're changing it up. Let the arms go palms up if you can. We're going to ignite that core, pick up each leg again. Keep the knees rocked in. We're going to flex the feet. Now we're going to reach one leg on the diagonal and back in, on the diagonal and back in. Go ahead and straighten that knee and in, straighten and in. Good. One more each. Excellent. All right, we are going to plop gently off of our roller. That's the funnest part. Recenter yourself back on your mat and bring the roller underneath your butt. All right, here's where you have to watch your clothes. I forgot. Okay. And we're going to bridge up and then just roll the roller underneath your sacrum. And you want to make sure you can still see your pubic bone here and that you're open in the front and you're not arcing the spine. So you're still kind of in a connected neutral with those hold your P muscles and your deep core. All right, we are going to pick up 1 foot at a time. You can hold the roller in place. Take the legs up. We're going to go big old bicycle pedal here all the way up, all the way down. You can brush that mat with your toes. Once you get it going, you're welcome to flex the foot on the way down, point it to brush on the way in, and you're breathing, and your upper body's just a chilling. Excellent. Now we're going to reverse it. So see if you can brush down and away and lift. Brush down and away and lift. Go as slow as you need to. If you can get that point flex thing, great. If not, no worries. Excellent. Both legs back up. We're going to outward rotate those legs and point the feet and do a criss-cross, criss-cross. And then, how fast can you criss-cross, criss-cross? Just give it a little speed challenge for a moment. Call it a quick twitch. Without a toe cramp. All right, now we're going to go back to an easier tempo. We're going to power in that core as you lower the legs, maybe a foot while you're crisscrossing, and then back up. Doesn't have to go very low. And then crisscross, lower, crisscross, back up. And lower. Up. And lower. And up. Excellent. Now we are going to flex the feet and open to the direct side again and back in. Yes, we did this before. Now it's not quite as hard due to the new position. Excellent. Now we're going to outward rotate the legs again, and we are going to criss, cross, flex, open, close, criss, cross, flex, open side, close, point, criss, cross, flex open. You can alternate which leg crosses first or crosses in front. And it ain't got to be pretty. Just whatever version of this you can get. It's a nice challenge for the inner thighs here. And one more. Excellent. All right, one more. We're going to put the heels together in our frog position. Press them into each other. Bend the knees, and you're all spiraled outward, and then just straighten. So they're going to outward rotate as they bend and straighten, and you're pushing gently, but sternly, heels into one another. Lots of inner thigh here. You can do it. And nice. Now let's, let's bring each foot back down. Recenter if you need to. And I'm just going to have you slide one foot out on the mat. And you're just going to allow a little extra hip flexor lengthening here. If that feels okay. Slide that one in, send the other one out. Back in, first one, back out. Relax, make sure that butt cheek is relaxed. And in, second side. Sigh, sigh, sigh. And you got it. All right, here's how we're going to get out of this one. And I think we've worked on this before. I'm going to have you bring both knees back in, and you see how your spine is going to round here. And you've got the foam roller. Control it with your hands for a moment, and just slowly, slowly controlling, roll gently that roller out. You're going to feel it glide along your sacrum. And you're slowly going to come down for a landing, but go slow. And then you'll get right through your tail. And then, voila, you're down for a landing. Yay! And just place your feet down and the roller underneath your knees for a moment. And enjoy how long your low back feels right now. That's a really nice one for stretching the tissue a little extra along your lumbar. All right, enjoy that warmth for a moment. Big sigh. All right, let's just take arms above and just stretch toes and fingers. Okay. All right. Just kind of peeking at our time here. Let's just let's quickly do this. Just one little series here. So place the roller underneath your feet, and then we got to get to rolling. Okay. So this is where your hammies get quite a double activation. So fire in the core, pelvic floor in and up, and we are going to see what happens here as we press down and lift up, maybe just a few inches at a time until you can power it up more, and bridge up and down. Exhale, bridge up and down. You might just shoot for a neutral bridge for right now. Up and down. Up and down. So you're on your arches and you've got good alignment in the feet and thighs here. Hi, hammies, I know. More. Good. Now move the feet and knees in toward one another down your midline. And let's try a few more. You won't go very high in this position. Try a few more. Thighs pressed in, ankles touching. Here we go. Up. So this is your inner hamstring. Up and touch. Up and touch. One more, we can do it. Excellent. All right, roll those feet out and in. Just let your thighs open up as you roll in and out over the outer ankle here. Just a nice release to the hips. Good, then try an inward rotation, so that's feet wide, thighs aimed in toward each other. A little more awkward, but give it a try. Doesn't always cooperate, that's all right. And then just back to parallel. All right, we are going to roll to our side and come back up. I'm going to recenter my roller across the mat, and I'm going to get my music, and then we're going to have a sit and roll out some butt cheek. That's why we work hard so that we can do this part. Okie dokie. So you know the drill. We're going to have a seat. You're going to stay mindful of your shoulders when we go to the weight bearing part. But let's start down the middle first. So you've got your, even right here, just below your sits bones is the beginning of your hamstrings. So even if you roll just a little few inches back and forth right there, if you've got tight hammies, that's a good place to start. Right? And then staying with just your upper leg, if you were to outward rotate just a little bit and come onto one leg a little bit more and go back and forth a few inches. This is that tissue I've talked about that's really gets stuck when people are outward rotating a lot or training, an outward rotation or whatever. This tissue can get very stuck. Try the other side. And you might be able to tell because you're literally just going from your outer pelvic bone on the bottom down the leg a few inches and back. And you might be able to feel that tightness. It's kind of a fascia tissue that can get kind of bound up and start affecting the glute. Okay, back to center. Now we will go up the cheeks a little bit more. So now you go from the sits bone all the way up to your SI joints. And then when you are ready to venture to one side, then you can do the same thing. You can go from the sits bone all the way up to the top of the cheek and back. It just warms it up. And then you'll notice if you've got a trigger point somewhere along there. And you can stop and hold pressure on it, or you could just go a little friction back and forth on that spot. Whatever feels good. And then check out the second side when you're ready. Kind of a full sweep from the sits bones to the upper cheek. And then you'll be ready to find some spots. Yes. And don't forget that, like, the top of your glute, depending on what you might be dealing with, don't forget about just the top part of the top of the cheek. Go back and forth right there. It's directly side from your sacrum. Just to check both sides real quick and see if there's any abnormal tightness in one or the other. Top cheek. All right, so that should give you some feedback for what to roll on later. All right, now we're going up the spine. So now I'm gonna C-curve and come from the sacrum. And so now I'm gonna go sacrum to low back. Sacrum, well, to about mid-back. And you can always readjust whenever you need to. All right, then we're going to cradle the head and come into the mid-spine. And then we will slowly come up to the base of the neck and back and forth in between the blades. We can cradle the head and widen the blades. Good. Readjust. And then when you run out of spine, and we will be literally heading into the neck, upper shoulder, and down when you are ready. All right, and from here, I'll just take the head on a little diagonal and do a slow circle. And then the other little diagonal and a slow circle. Breathing it out. Back to the first side. And second side. And just back to center with the head. Take the feet off the mat and a double knee fold to one side. Relax the feet, the calves, the thigh, the butt, the belly. Up and over. And back to center. Let's take ankle across, and we will just do our slow motion butterfly wing for a moment. Releasing the hip tension. Good, and with the head still supported, we'll bring that figure four in slowly. Flex the front foot for knee protection if you need it. And exhale. Ease that down. Second side, keep the foot down first while we slow-mo butterfly wing. Make sure that your jaw is released here because we're trying to remember jaw and hips can have a connection. Good, then figure four in, flex the front foot. Breathe it out. Nice. And then just take a little 6 o'clock, or a little rock around your pelvic clock one way and reverse. And then just a little side rock. Make sure everything's okay. Excellent. Now, remember how we slowly controlled the rolling out of the roller at our sacrum? Let's do the same thing at our neck. So I'm gonna go overhanded here. You're gonna very slowly glide the roller out. You're gonna feel it just go right up the neck, the back of the skull. Go slow. Let it stretch. So slowly down, gently for a landing. And then just roll that roller out and just open the legs to a V and the arms to a V. Just stretch through the toes and the fingers again. And then relax. So we're going to do a little tension release moment. So you're going to tense, but stretch and tense, 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 and then relax it off. Again, inhale now. Tense, 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 and relax it all. Exhale. One more, reach. Big inhale, and exhale, release the jaw too. Nice. Now we're going to do 2 more, and I can't hear you, nobody can hear you, but you can let out a deep sigh or a sound of any kind that feels, whatever needs to come out as you release your jaw. So tense it up, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Again. Let it go. 2 more. And last one. Yay. Now we're just going to slide those feet in, take a moment, open up the feet, but rest the thighs up against each other. And then give yourself a hug in this position, which is going to widen your blades. And just pause here for a nice little release stretch. While you send your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul some love and good vibes and lots of gratitude. Excellent. Easy roll to one side, nice and slow as you come to seated. We've been down there a while, so take a moment. And then we will crawl onto all fours. Take our C curve. Hold. Release. And again, exhale, C curve. And release. Good. Tuck the toes. We'll come through our squat. Take a moment to release the heels. Toes and knees aimed in the same direction here. Take a moment to release the heels toward the floor, whether they touch or not. And then bottoms up. And open the feet a little bit. And just hang. Take a nod, yes. And no. Let's touch the feet or the lower leg, whatever you can reach. Just send some circular energy around here for a moment. Top of the body to the lower body. Lots of gratitude because it's a team effort. Go team. Excellent. Soften those knees. Take your hands, slowly walk up your thighs as you round to stack. Put the girls back if they've tried to escape. And I'll give a little shake, shake. Whew. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And let's come back to open feet for a moment. Let's come back to a little figure eight to just loosen and gather that energy. Nice. Whew. All right. So let's take our arms up. We'll circle those wrists. Take a yawn. And reverse. And a nice swing. Exhale. Flick. Let it go. Let it go. Anything else you need to let go of? Inhale. Receive lots of joy and peace and calming and centeredness. Let it go. Anything in the way. And then again, for a beautiful week, take good care of yourselves. Listen and honor as much as you can. Yay! Let's just take a moment, come towards you, and we will breathe together. Inhale, long exhales. Just come back to your heart and to your breathing now. So the love, the peace, happiness within. Lots of joy. Yay. Remember, this is self-love month. So give yourself your own Valentine. Be your own best friend. And do good things for your heart and your soul this month. And every month, but special focus right now. Yay.